Now the next chapter is simple interest. Now this is the interest which is calculated on the principal amount. So first we have to understand what is that interest or what is that principal. Now interest is the reward. Okay, interest is the reward or consideration. It is the reward or consideration for using the money. For using the money, we pay some reward or consideration which is known as interest. Okay, let's take an example. There is a bank. There is a bank. Now this bank will have customers. Okay, where customers will keep their money in the bank, where they will get, where the bank will pay them 4% interest. Money is gone to the bank. Bank will give the customer 4% interest. Now, why should bank give the interest? Because the bank is using the money of the customer. That is why they are giving the interest. Now, for what reason the bank can use the money? The bank can use this money and it can give loan to other people, other companies. It can be a company or an individual. So they will give the loan to them, right? So bank is taking money from the normal people. It is giving loan to others. It is using the same money and it's giving loan to others. Now, when they give loan, these people has to pay back interest. Why they have to pay the interest? Because they are using the bank's money. So that is why they are supposed to pay the interest. Clear? So interest is the reward or consideration for using up the money. So loan people will pay the interest to the bank because they are using the money, and bank will pay the interest to the customer because they are using their money. So that is the concept of interest. Now here, there are few important things that you'll have to understand is, whenever the interest is involved, there are few terms which has to be understood. Firstly, principal. Principal is the money that is given or taken as a loan. Now, when bank gives loan to the people, the amount, let's say bank has given loan to A for 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs has been taken as loan from bank. So this 5 lakhs is the principal and it is denoted by capital P. Now the next thing is time. For how much time is the loan taken? Simply we cannot give, right? You'll have to ask them for the time. For how much time do you want? Which means I will give you 5 lakh rupees now. When will you pay me back the amount? That time can be 2 years, 5 years, 15 years. So that is the time. It can be even 2 days, 5 days, 10 days also. So time is denoted by P. Then R. Because you're using the money, this 5 lakhs I cannot simply give you because you're using the money. While you're giving back the money, you should also pay me some extra amount for using this 5 lakhs. So what is that money will you give me back for using the 5 lakhs? That reward or consideration that you will give for using my money will be the interest percentage, which is called as rate. which is called as rate of interest. So these are the important points or terminologies which you have to understand when it comes to interest. So the formula of the interest is calculated on the principal. The amount, the percentage of interest is calculated on the principal. Now, if I am talking about simple interest is nothing but directly on principal when I calculate the amount, principal into interest percentage into time, if I calculate, this is simple interest. Very simple formula of calculating interest is called simple interest. On original principal amount, if I calculate the interest, yes, PTR by 100, correct. That is called as simple interest. Okay. Now, there is one more thing called as amount. There is one more terminology called as amount. Now, amount is nothing but principal, the original amount of the loan, right? Principal okay, there's a little lag in the screen. So when it comes to amount, the another terminology that you have to understand is amount. Now, amount is nothing but principal of the loan plus the interest we are going to pay over a period of time. Suppose if we have taken 10,000 rupees loan, this is the principal amount. Plus, let's say we are paying interest of 4%. Example, okay? Interest of 4% is being paid. Now, the final amount that you're going to pay is called as amount, which is usually written as A. So the formula for amount is principal plus interest. Is it clear? Did you all understand until here? Any doubts? Okay. Now let us go to simple interest. Now simple interest, I'm sure you already know the formula PTR by 100. So we are going to use that formula. First, let's define the formula and then we'll be using the formula. So simple interest is the interest calculated on the original principal amount. Okay. And the formula is PTR by 100. P is the principal, T is the time or time period, both you can say, and R is the rate of interest. Okay, so that is the formula for simple interest. So we shall be solving few simple interest problems today. And one thing that where you will have to be very careful is the time period, because sometimes they will give it in days, sometimes in months, sometimes in minutes, hours, very rarely, but then days and months is what that will be given. So you'll have to be careful in the conversion of days to months or months to days and then solve the problem. Okay, so shall we start solving the problem? Now the first question, find the simple interest on rupees 10,000 for 7 years at 5% per annum. Per annum will be given as P dot A. So we are supposed to find the simple interest on 10,000 rupees for 7 years. They're keeping the money for 7 years with 5% interest. Now, the best thing to always solve such problems is by defining what is given to us. So first write down solution. First write down what is given to us. Given principal amount, that is the loan amount, is rupees 10,000, and then PTR, right? So time, what is the time given to us? 7 years. PTR, R, that is rate of interest. R is 5% per annum. Now, one more thing where students get confused is, should you take 5% or should you take 5 by 100, 0.05? Consider only one part or only one type of the percentage. Don't mix up both of them. So what is the easy way for you to always maintain is, just take the direct number, that is 5. I'll say you what is the reason. Let us write the formula. Simple interest is equal to PTR by 100. Okay. Now, principal is 10,000 into 7 years. Now, since there is no years and months together, yeah, correct, Aina, 3,500 is correct. Wait. So, since it is 7 years, write full 7 years. Now, when it comes to interest, take 5. Don't take 0.05. Why? Because there is a division by 100. Okay. Please understand this. This is where many of them will go wrong. If you take PTR directly, then you can take it at 0.05. Since you will stick to the formula, consider the rate as 5% directly. Okay, consider the rate as 5% directly. Did you all understand? Okay. Now, when you calculate this amount, it will come to rupees 3,500, and that will be the simple interest. So, therefore, simple interest is rupees 3,500. That's all. Simple. 2 marks questions. Understood? Any doubts? Okay. Now moving on to the next question. We'll solve one more similar question. How much interest will be earned on rupees 2,000 at 6% simple interest for 2 years? So we are supposed to calculate the interest here. Again, simple interest. We have to define what is PTR, and then we have to calculate the interest amount. Let us do it. Solution. Always write what is given in the question. So given principal is rupees 2,000. T, time is 2 years. R, rate is 6%. And we have to find out simple interest. So write the formula. Again, please write the formula for each and every question. That is compulsory. So PTR by 100. P is 2000 principal into time is 2 years into rate is 6% divided by 100. Can you say me what is the simple interest that you have calculated? ₹240. Good. Rupees 240. So this will be the final answer. Okay. Now the next question. Since these are simple questions, I'm solving more of them. 2000 rupees is deposited in a bank for 2 years at simple interest. I'll write it as SI, simple interest of 6.5%. How much will be the balance at the end of 2 years? So 2000 rupees is being deposited in a bank for 2 years at a simple interest of 6.5%. So they've kept 2000 rupees where it is kept for a, yeah, okay, you're giving me the simple interest value, Inas, 260. So this 2000 is kept in the bank for 2 years with 6.5% interest. Now they're asking what is the total amount that we will get at the end of 2 years. Yeah, correct, Inas. The answer is right for the interest. Now let us start solving this. Now what is given to us? P, that is 2000 rupees. T, that is time is 2 years. R, which is 6.5%. Okay. So the simple interest, write the formula. Simple interest, PTR by 100. So which is 2000 into 2 into 6.5. Take it as 6.5 directly. Divided by 100. How much do you get? Rupees 260. So this is the simple interest. Now read the question. Correct, Bhavya. Answer is right. Read the question. How much will be the balance at the end of 2 years? So we have to say them the total amount at the end of 2 years. Now when you have to calculate the total amount, it means you have to calculate the amount at the end of 2 years is equal to principal plus interest. So we had kept 2000 rupees in the bank for 2 years at 6.5% per annum, right? So the interest came up to 260 rupees. So therefore, the total amount will be 2260 rupees. This is the total amount that we will get at the end of 2 years. Understood? Is it clear? Okay. Now, shall we solve one more problem, similar one? Now, the next question. Find the simple interest on rupees 570.25 for 2.5 years at 3.33% per annum. Also, find amount at the end of 2.5 years. Now, whenever they say find the amount, you have to find amount is equal to principal plus interest. Okay. Now, with the same technique, let us solve it. Write down what is given to you. So they have given us principal. Find the simple interest on 570.25. So that is the principal amount. Principal is 570.25 for 2.5 years. So what is the time? Time is 2.5 years. So 2.5, you can write it as 2.5 years, right? And then rate of interest. Rate of interest is 3.33%. Now, since we have all the information, let us calculate the simple interest. So simple interest is PTR by 100. 570.25. Since you have decimals, be little careful. Into time is 2.5 years. Into rate is 3.33 divided by 100. Now, can you say me what is the simple interest that you get? Simple interest will be rupees 47.47. Did you multiply it with 100, Inas? Bhavya, your answer is right. Don't multiply it with 100. Divided by 100, you get 47.47. 2 decimals is enough. If you require, you can take 4 decimals also. No problem with that. Okay. So the simple interest is 47.47. But the question they have asked, we have to find out the amount also. So amount at the end of 2.5 years is equal to principal plus interest. So what was the principal? 570.25 plus 47.47. How much do you get? Amount will be rupees, correct, 617.72. This will be the amount at the end of 2.5 years. Understood? Is it clear? Any doubts? Everybody understood? Okay. So we shall stop here for today and we'll continue tomorrow. Now find simple interest on 3,000 for 4 months at 3% per month. Now until here we had solved the problems of per year. Now this is per month. Okay. Now let us solve this. Now what is given to us, that we also have to write down. So what is given to us is P, that is principal, is rupees 3,000. Rate is 3% per month. 3% PM is per month. But we always consider it for per annum. So this 3% is supposed to be multiplied with 12 months, where your percentage will become 36%. Okay, everything we are calculating is for 1 year. So that is why we multiply 12 months here for the percentage of rate. And when it comes to time, they have given us 4 months. Now we are always solving based on the year. So in a year, you will have 12 months. So 4 by 2 will give you the actual appropriate time to calculate the simple interest. Did you all understand this? You can write a note here. Interest is to be calculated for 4 months, not years, and at the rate of 3% per month and not per annum. Okay, so therefore we have done the conversion. Now just apply PTR by 100. Simple interest is equal to PTR by 100. Now what is P? Rupees 3000. What is time? 4 by 12. What is rate of interest? 36%. Everything is divided by 100. So everything is divided by 100. Now since 12 is also in the numerator, we will take that also multiplied with 100. So 3000 into 4 into 36 divided by 100 into 12. Now can you say me 3000 into 4 into 36, what will be the answer? Four lakh 32,000 divided by 1200. So simple interest will be, yeah, correct. Simple interest will be 359.99. Okay, so that will be, I think you'll get directly 360. Yeah, the simple interest is 360 rupees. Correct, 360. Understood, right? So whenever you have months given in the time, divide by 12. Whenever you have days given, divide by 365. Now here in this problem, 123 by 365. This is per annum. Clear? Now will you solve these two problems? These two problems are homework for you. Very similar one. Principle is given. The time will be months. If it is months, 4 by 12. If it is days, number of days by 365 days. And percentage of interest is in per annum. So no problem. Okay, solve these two problems later. Now let's go to the next problem. Find simple interest on rupees 10,000 for 2 years, 3 months. Now, until now, you are getting only either years or months. Now, in this question, you have both of them, 2 years and 3 months. So, let us see how to solve such problems. So, what is given to us? Principal is rupees 10,000. Rate of interest is 6% per annum. Now coming to time. Time is 2 years plus 3 months. Now if I want to calculate this months to the year, no, we will keep it in year. We usually calculate it in year. Okay. So if I want to convert this 3 months into year, then 2 years plus 3 by 12 years. Don't keep it in months. Okay. It's 3 by 12 years. Now, if you take the LCM, it will be 12. Okay. So, yeah. So if you want to get 12, this will be 2 by 1. If you want to get 12 here, it should be 12 twos are 24. 24 plus, don't take it in points. We will see how it will be done. Okay, 24 plus 3, which is 27 by 12 years. I'll repeat it again. Please listen carefully. 2 years plus 3 months. Now this 3 months, I can write it as 3 by 12 years. Okay. So now if you take LCM here, this is divided by 1. So 1 12s are 12, 2 12s are 24. 24 plus 3 is 27. 27 by 12 years. So that will be the time. Yeah, in decimals, you can get 2.25. Now apply the simple interest formula. Simple interest is equal to PTR by 100. So principal is 10,000 into time is 27 by 12. Rate of interest is 6 by 100. Okay. So what will this become? 10,000 into 27 into 6. What is the amount you get? Okay, final amount is 1,350. Correct. Good. So 10,000 into 27 into 6 will give 1621234 divided by 1,200. Therefore, simple interest is 1,360. Sorry, 50 or 60? 50. 1,350. So this is the answer. Now, whenever they give you years and months together, convert the months into years. Okay, if you get, yeah, even if you get 2.25 also, if that is easier, you can go with that. But then, will you get the same answer? 10,000 into 2.25 into 6. Okay, divided by 100. Yeah, 1,350. You still get the same answer. You can go with that method also to find out the value. If you're getting confused with LCM and stuff, you can do that. Any doubts still here? Can we move on? Can we go to the next question? Good. Next. Compute simple interest on rupees 4,000 at a rate of 7.5%. Now here percentage is given differently, and then the sum is borrowed on 3rd October and repaid, sorry, it's not repairs, it's repaid on 15th January. So here they have not given us the exact number of months, but they have given us the time limit or time range where we have to find out the number of days or number of months, whatever is given to us. Okay. Now let us do the calculation. Given principal is rupees 4,000. Rate of interest is 7.5%, means 7.5. Correct? 7.5%. Now coming to the time. Now the sum was borrowed on 3rd October. The year is also given. 3rd October 2010. And it was repaid on 15th January 2011. Now let us count the number of days. Now in October, you have how many days? In October month, how many days do you have? You'll have 31 days. So in October, if you have 31 days minus 3, what do you get? You'll have 31 days in October. 31 minus 3, you will get, oh no, including 3, right? So 31 minus 2. So you'll get 29 days. Yeah, 104 by 365. Correct, Spurti. So from 3rd October, to 31st October, how many days it is? We'll write like that only. 3rd October to 31st October, that will give you 29 days. Okay. Now next, after that, October, November. 1st November to 30th November will be 30 days. Then 1st December to 31st December will be 31 days. And 1st January to 15th January, on 15th he has to pay, right? So how much do you get? 15 days. Now add everything. Oh, you have to leave out one of it. It will be 14 days. 29 plus 30 plus 31 plus 14. You get 104 days. Understand? If you add 3rd October, leave out 15th Jan. Okay? If you're adding 15th Jan, leave out 3rd October. Leave out that one day, either in the starting or in the ending. So here we have considered 3rd October and we have not considered 15th Jan. So this will be 14th Jan. So 14 days. So now we got 104 days. And how many days are there in a year? One not 4 divided by 365. This will be the calculation for the time. We are converting everything into year. Please don't convert anything into days or the months back. From months and days, convert it into year. Okay. Now we have everything, every information that is given to us. Let us apply simple interest formula. Simple interest is equal to PTR by 100. So 4,000 into 7.5% into 104 divided by 365 and whole divided by 100. Okay. Now let us do the calculation. Simple interest is how much? Now first say me the values here. 4,000 into 7.5 into 104. That will be 312,1234 divided by 36500. So simple interest will be rupees excuse me 85.47, and after that what is the next decimal? 85.479, right? So you can round it off here saying rupees 85.48. This is enough. This is the simple interest. Yeah, After that, if you have more than 5, then just round it off to the next decimal, saying 48. Is it clear? Any doubts in this problem? Good. Now, the next problem, again, they have given you the principal, they have given you the time and the percentage. I want you to solve this problem, but I'll just explain how the time should be considered. Okay. Now, if you see here, principal is 15,300, rate of interest is 5%. Now, when it comes to time, it says 3 years, 7 months, 73 days. Now, all of this days and months has to be converted into the year. Okay. So, 3 years plus 7 months is 7 by 12. And then days is 73 by 365. Correct? Now, 12 and 365, you have to take LCM, where you will get big numbers. Now, try and divide this value. 7 by 12, 3 plus 0.5833 plus 73 divided by 365 will give you 0.2. So now add everything. 3 plus 0.5833 plus 0.2 will give you 3.7833 years. Right? So this will be the time. Consider this as the time and find the simple interest. Simple interest is 2894.276. Okay. 2894.25 is coming here. No problem. Decimal points, it's not a big deal. Don't round off. Don't round off to 2895. Keep the decimal points. Have 2 decimal points. Yeah, I understand. Because you got more than 5, you have rounded off. No problem. But then keep the decimal points. Everybody are getting different decimal points. Okay. No problem. 2894.25 is the answer that is given here. No problem. 24, 247, 248. Can we go to the next problem? Okay. Now the next type of problem, a sum of money amounts to rupees 855. Read the question. A sum of money amounts to 855 in 3 years at the rate of 4.5% per annum simple interest. Find the sum. So a sum of money amounts to 855. So in 3 years at 4.5% interest, we are gonna get, or we are gonna have a total of 855 rupees. They are asking us to find the principal. This is the amount after 3 years. After 3 years, after getting interest and everything, we will be no. The amount is 855, Lakshmi. How did you get 6,333? Check the answer. So this is the amount and we have to find the principal. Okay. So now let us do. Now one thing what we know is the formula of amount also we have understood. 63.333. No, no. Wait, let me solve it. Maybe you're getting confused somewhere. Okay. Now, in this problem, amount A is given and principal amount is to be calculated. Therefore, amount is equal to principal plus interest. This is the formula. Now, we already know the interest calculation formula, that is simple interest calculation formula, that is PTR by 100. Correct? Amount is equal to PTR by 100. Now here, if you see both the formulas, I can take P as common. And what will be left? 1 plus TR by 100. P into 1 plus TR by 100. Now we will be using this formula to find out the principal. We know the amount to be 855 and we know the time and we know the rate. Now let us solve for the formula. Now the time is 3 years, rate is 4.5% and principal we don't know. Amount is 855. Now let us apply all of this into the problem. So amount is 855 is equal to P into 1 plus time is 3 years into percentage is 4.5 divided by 100. So 855 into P 1 plus 3 into 4.5 is, how much do you get here? 3 into 4.5, 13.5 divided by 100 will give you 0.135. Yeah, 13.5 divided by 100. I finished that also. Okay, so 13.5 will be the answer. So 855 is equal to P into 1.135. So 855 divided by 1.135 is equal to P. Therefore, P is equal to how much? 855 divided by 1.135 will give us 753.30. So this is the principal. Therefore, principal amount is equal to rupees 753.30. Now understood how to find? Is it clear? Okay, good. Now moving on to the next question. Somewhat similar this question is, what principal will earn rupees 3,500 as simple interest in 7 years at 5% per annum? Also find amount after 7 years. That by is not there. Okay. Also find the amount after 7 years. Read the question once again. What principal will earn? We don't know what is the principal, but the principal is earning 3,500 as simple interest. So here we know what is the simple interest. They have given us simple interest of rupees 3,500. In how many years? Time is 7 years. Rate of interest is 5%. We don't know principal. But apart from principal, we know the other information. Now, using this simple interest formula of PTR by 100. We can find out the principal. Yes, now solve it. Simple interest is 3,500 is equal to principal, keep it as it is, P, time is 7 years, rate is 5% divided by 100. So this 100, if it goes to the other side, 350000 is equal to 7 5s are 35, 35p. So 3,50,000 divided by 35. Ones are 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 10,000 is equal to P. So the value of P, that is the principal, will be 10,000. Okay. And there is one more question. Also find the amount after 7 years. Now we also know the amount formula. Amount is equal to principal plus interest. So amount is equal to principal plus interest. Principal is 10,000 plus interest, which is already given, is 3,500. Therefore, amount after 7 years is rupees 13,500. Understood, right? Okay. Now, one last question for today. A person borrowed rupees 6,400. After 2 years and 3 months, he paid 6,000 in cash and a bicycle to clear the amount. If the rate of interest was 3.5%, find the value of the bicycle. So he had taken a loan of 6,400 rupees. After 2 years, 3 months, he paid 6,000 in cash. Plus he paid a bicycle also. He gave away the bicycle. Okay. Now the rate of interest was 3.5%. We have to find out the value of the bicycle. So that is the question. Now let us start solving the question. Now firstly, solution, value of bicycle, you can say it as amount payable minus amount paid in cash. He had borrowed 6,400 before 2 years, 3 months. So 6,400 was just a principal. Now apart from that, interest will be added to that and then it will come to some other amount. Now 6,000 rupees is paid in cash. For the rest of the amount, he has given a bicycle. Correct? So now let us see what is the value of bicycle. So you can say it as amount payable, 6,400 plus 3.5% interest for 2 years, 3 months. That will be the amount payable minus amount paid in cash is 6,000 rupees. Now let us define what all we have in the question. Given principal is 6,400, rate is 3.5%, and time is 2 years, 3 months. Now 2 years, 3 months is 2 plus 3 by 12. So again, 27 by 12 or 2 point, what is that? 27 by 12 is 2.25, right? Yeah, or 2.25 years. Okay, now we have all the information. Now we will not be using simple interest, but we will be using the amount formula. Amount is equal to principal plus interest, principal plus PTR by 100. I can take P common. Amount is equal to P into 1 plus TR by 100. So amount we have to find out. Principal is 6,400. 1 plus time is 2.25 into rate of interest is 3.5 divided by, oh, oops, sorry, wait. Divided by 100. Now simplify. 6,400 into 1 plus 2.25 into 3.35 by 100. 2.25 into 3.5 divided by 100. How much do you get? 0.07875. Amount is 6904. They are saying 6960. Okay, let us see that in us. Who gave me the answer? Spurti. Okay. Lakshmi, your answer is right. So 6,400 into 1.07875. Now multiply these two. What will be the amount? 6904 will be the amount. 6,400 was the loan taken. Now with interest, he was supposed to pay 6,904. Now in that he has paid 6,000 rupees in cash. So the value of bicycle will be the other part or the other remaining balance. Okay. Now value of bicycle is equal to 6,904. That is the amount payable. He was supposed to pay 6,904 and he has paid 6,000 rupees in cash. So the value of bicycle is 904 rupees. Understood? Is it clear? Any doubts until here? Good. Okay, now this we will do tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be solving simple interest and compound interest problems. Okay. Mr. Ajay took a loan of 5,000 on 20th January 2010 and the repaid rupees 5,080 on 1st April 2010. Find the simple interest rate. So we have not solved such problem until now where we are finding the rate of simple interest. We have found the principal, we have found the simple interest. Now this problem is where we'll find the R. So the rate of simple interest will be found here. So let us start. Whatever is given to us, we will have to write that first. So Ajay took a loan of 5,000. So he had taken a loan of 5,000, which means the principal is rupees 5,000. And he had taken the loan on 20th January 2010. 10. And he repaid rupees 5080. Now the repayment will be along with the interest. So that will become amount. So amount will be rupees 5080. Amount is nothing but principal plus interest. So amount is 5080. And he repaid that when? 1st April 2010. So we do not know the R here. We are supposed to find out R. So we know P, we know T, we know A, but we don't know R. Now, whenever you have P and A, that is principal and amount, you will be able to calculate the simple interest amount. Now, how do we do that is, simple interest is equal to amount minus principal. So he had repaid rupees 5080, but what was the principal? 5000 was the principal. So therefore the simple interest amount will be 80 rupees. Correct? So just by seeing the repaid amount minus the original loan, we are calculating the interest amount. So now we have almost all the information except R. Now let us put all of this information into the simple interest formula and we will find out the R. So the simple interest formula goes like this. Simple interest is equal to PTR by 100. Now for this, let us start putting all the numbers. Now, simple interest, what is the value of simple interest? 80 rupees is equal to, you can write rupees 80. Principal is 5000 into time we have to calculate from 20th January till 1st April. Now, from 20th January, if you consider 20th January to 31st January. Excuse me. So calculate the time. Now in January, we have 31 days. So January, you will have, okay, before going to this, let us calculate the time here. So January, you'll have 31 days. So 31 minus 20. How much do you get? Say it in the number of days. Later, we will convert that to the year. Okay. So 31 minus 20, you will get 11 days. Then January, February 2010, is it a leap year? You have to check that also. No, 2010 is not a leap year. So February 1st to 28, that will be 28 days. Then March 1st to 31st, 31 days. Then April 1 is not considered. Since we have considered the other part, that is January we have considered. So April 1st we will not consider. So it's only till March 31st. Now how many days did you get here? 11 plus 28 plus 31. 99 days. How come 99 days? It is 70 days, right? From where did you get 99? So he has taken loan on 20th Jan. He repaid it on 1st April. Okay. So that will give us a total of 70 days. Now for 70 days, 70 divided by 365, How much do you get? Divide and say me the value. So once you get 70 days, 70 divided by 365 days, you'll get 0.1917. So if we round this off, can we say 0.2 years approximately? That 9, 0.19, right? So this 9 I have rounded off. So I've taken 0.2 years. Okay, so that is our time. 0.2 years is our time. Now let us go back to the problem of simple interest and let us calculate. So 80 rupees is the simple interest, is equal to principal is 5,000 into, we don't know the rate of interest, into the time is 0.2 years divided by 100. Right? Now this 100 can be taken to the other side. If you take 100 to the other side, it's going to become 80 into 100 is equal to, now find out 5,000 into 0.2. 5,000 into 0.2. This will give us 1,000 into R. So 80 into 100 will give us 8,000 is equal to 1,000 into R. So 8,000 by 8,000 divided by 1,000 is equal to R. So therefore R is equal to 8%. Correct. R is equal to 8%. So this is how we solve the problem whenever they have given, whenever they have not given the percentage. But be careful with the timing that you are considering. Understood? Any doubts in this question? Great. Then let's go to the next question. Next, a person deposited rupees 12,500 on June 20, 2010. If it amounts to rupees 12,700 on September 1st, if it amounts to rupees 12,700 on September 1st, 2010 at simple interest, find the rate of interest. Now this is again a rate of interest problem. It's very similar to the previous problem. So let us start solving it directly. Now what is given to us? Principal is 12,500. So a person deposited 12,500 somewhere. Let's say he's put it into bank account. Okay. And it is on June. The time is June 20th, or you can first write the date. 20 June 2010 is the date. Okay. And that has grown to 12,700 by 1st September 2010. Okay. And we don't know what is rate of interest, but we can find out the simple interest by amount minus principal. So what is amount? 12,700 minus 12,500. So interest is 200 rupees. That is the simple interest. Now let us calculate the time here on the other side. Now on for June, 72 days you are getting, Spurti? Good. So June will be 30 days. So 30 minus 20. 10 days in June. June 10 days. Then July 31 days, all 31 days will be considered. August 31 days. Now, since it is September 1st, either we have to leave one day here or one day in the starting, right? So we are leaving the last day. So now calculate how many are there. 31 plus 31 plus 10 days. So we get 72 days. Now 72 days, if you convert that to year, that is 72 divided by 365. How much do you get? You again get 0.2, 0.2 years. That minute change with 71, 72, I'm talking about that 0.19 to 0.2, that is fine. Okay, little difference here and there, that is fine. But you should not have too much of difference in the decimals also. Okay, again it is 0.2 years. Now using simple interest formula, let us calculate the rate of interest. Simple interest is equal to PTR by 100. So here if you see, you have principal is how much? 12,500 into time is 0.2 years into rate of interest we don't know, divided by 100. But then we had a simple interest, right? So how much was the simple interest? Okay, let me write it down, or a little to the other side. So simple interest was 200, 12,500 into 0.2 into R divided by 100. So 200, take it to the other side. It will become 1, 2, 3, 4. 20,000 is equal to 12,500. 12,500 into 0.2 will give us 2,500 into R. So 20,000 by 2,500 is equal to R. Therefore, R is equal to 8%. Very good. So this is our answer. R is equal to 8%. Clear? Yes, 8% is the right answer. Now let's go to the next problem. Here also we'll be finding the rate or the percentage, but okay, wait. I think this is a different one. Yeah. In what time? Now we have completed our percentages problem. Now here we'll be calculating the time limit. Now in the previous problem, they were giving us the time limit, saying starting on 1st Jan to April, September to December, like that. Now here we will be calculating within how many days, months or year the amount is gonna grow. Okay, so that is the type of problem. Let us start. In what time will rupees 800 amount to 896 at 6% simple interest? So here they have given us the principal, that is 800 rupees. They have given us the amount, which is 896 rupees. And they have given us the rate of interest, that is 6%. So we know the interest amount also. So apart from that, we'll have to find out the number of days, that is T. So let us write what all is given to us in the first case. So solution given is principal is rupees 800, amount is rupees 896, then R is 6%. We don't know what is T. T is not known, but since we have principal and amount, we will be able to calculate the simple interest, that is that is amount minus principal, which is 896 896 minus 800, which will be 96 rupees. So we have so much data with us. Now let us apply the simple interest formula, PTR by 100. Now let us apply everything. Simple interest is rupees 96 is equal to, principal is 800. We don't know the time. Percentage is 6%. Whole divided by 100. Okay, you've got T as 2 years. Good, Spurti. Correct answer. Take the 100 to the other side. So 9600 is equal to 800 into 6. How much do you get? 4800 into T. So 9600 by 4800 is equal to T. Therefore, T is equal to, divide 9600 divided by 4800. You will get 2 years. Usually it will be in the form of years only. So the time is 2 years. Understood? Did you understand how to find the time? Good. Now we'll solve one more problem, one more similar problem, so that you are more confident about solving it. In what period will 8,000 amount to 10,400 at 12% per annum simple interest? When they're asking in how many days, how many time, what period, what is the time, years, months, anything what they ask, in all that, it means that you are supposed to find out the time period. So here, solution, whatever is given to us. Principal is 8,000. Amount is 10,400. Okay. R is 12%. We don't know what is time. And we can find the simple interest by subtracting amount from principal. So this is going to be 10,400 minus 8,000. How much do you get? 2,400 is the simple interest. Now apply the simple interest formula, PTR by 100. Now solve it. 2,400 is equal to 8,000 into T, we don't know, into R is 12%, whole divided by 100. So 100 going to the other side. 2,400 into 100 is equal to 8,000 into 12. Okay, T is 25 years or 2.5 years. Check once again the calculation. 8,000 into 12, which is 96,000. Okay, it's 25 years. Okay, good. Into T. So 240000 is equal to 96,000 T. 240000 divided by 96,000 is equal to T. So you are supposed to get 2.5 years. How did you get 25 years? Be careful with the zeros. Be careful with the multiplication and division. You should get 2.5 years. Now, did you all get 2.5 years? Good. Understood, right? Can we go to the next question? Okay. Now the next type of question, a businessman borrowed 20,000 in total from two banks. So one person is borrowing 20,000 from two banks. The cost, sorry, the first bank charges the first bank charges 18% per annum interest, simple interest, and the second bank charges 16% per annum simple interest. The total interest paid for the first year is rupees 3,440. How much does he borrow from each bank? So totally he has borrowed 20,000, where he is paying to the first bank 18% interest and he is paying to the second bank 16% interest. Totally, if he has paid 3,440 rupees interest for first year, now we are supposed to inform, or we are supposed to calculate and show them how much is borrowed from bank number 1 and bank number 2. So that is the question. 20,000 is borrowed from two banks and each bank is charging different type of interest. But together he has paid 3,440 as the interest amount. So they're asking us how much he has taken loan from each bank. Did you all understand the question? Now let us start the answer. Whatever is given to us, we have a principal of 20,000, but we'll have to do some derivation. So instead of this, let us go for the derivation. Now here, since we are supposed to find the amount from bank number 1 and bank number 2, so principal borrowed from first bank, let us take it as X. Okay, principal borrowed from first bank, will take it as X. Therefore, principal borrowed from second bank will be rupees 20,000 minus X. Why 20,000 minus X? If you see here, the total amount is 20,000. Now from the total amount of 20,000, if I subtract the first bank's loan amount, I will get the second bank's loan amount. Correct? So instead of subtracting, or instead of, taking the total amount and then subtracting the principal of the first bank, we will be able to arrive at principal of the second bank account. So these are the main derivation. Now, since these are in a simple interest, they are charging simple interest, let us use the simple interest formula, that is PTR by 100, and let us try to calculate the interest rate, or interest rate is given, let us try to calculate the interest amount. Fine. So for the first bank, the principal for the first bank is rupees X. So the principal for the first bank is rupees X into the time of the bank. the total interest paid for the first year. So it is only for 1 year. The time, how do we check? If you see here, the total interest paid for the first year is 3440. So which means it's only for 1 year. So time is 1 into rate of income will be 18%. Rate of income is 18% divided by 100. Now, if you simplify this, you get 18x by 100. So if you divide 18 by 100, how much do you get? You get 0.18, and I'll have that x as it is. Did you understand this part, or you want me to repeat it again? Did you all understand? Yes? Good. So that was for first bank. Now similarly, let us calculate for second bank using the same formula. So for second bank, again PTR by 100. So the second bank, the principal is 20,000 minus X. Correct? So for the second bank, the principal is 20,000 minus X. Time is same 1 year and interest is 16% per annum divided by 100. Now let us do the simplification. Now here you will have 20,000 minus X into 1 into 16 is 16 divided by 100. So 20,000 into 16, how much do you get? Three lakh 20,000 minus 16x divided by 100. 3,20,000 by 16x divided by 100. Now divide 3,20,000 by 100, divide 16x by 100 also. So 3,20,000 divided by 100 is 3,200. 16x divided by 100 is 0.16x. I am dividing it separately. 3,20,000 divided by 100 minus 16x by 100. This is what we are doing. So we get the interest as, for the second bank, 3,200 minus 0.16x. Understood? Did you understand the derivation? Is it clear, or you want me to repeat this part? Can we go for the next step? Good. Now, the next step is, we know total interest paid is 3,440. So they said the total interest paid for first year is rupees 3,440. Now if total interest together is 3,440, it means that 0.18x from the first bank plus 3,200 minus 0.16x from the second bank, both the interest, this is the interest which we calculated. If you see here, this is the simple interest which we have calculated in every place. So we are adding both the interest, which has to come to 3,440. Okay. Now, here, let us do the simplification. Now, we have got the complete equation. Now, we have to do the simplification. 0.18x plus 3,200 minus 0.16x. Now we have 0.18x minus 0.16x. So if you minus these two, how much do you get? 0.02x. Correct? Here, this side you have to write 3440. X is equal to 12,000. Correct. Correct. Lakshmi, Sharath, all your answers are right. So plus 3,200 is equal to rupees 3440. So 0.02x is equal to, I take 3,200 on the other side. So 3,440 minus 3,200. 0.02x is equal to, how much do you get? 240 rupees. So x is equal to 240 divided by 0.02. So therefore x is equal to rupees 12,000. So we have found out the x only. Now we have to write the conclusion. Now what was x that we derived? The principal of the first bank was x. Correct? So we have found out x to be 12,000. Now let us find out the principal of the second bank also. So going to the conclusion part. Therefore, principal excuse me. Therefore, principal of or principal borrowed from first bank is rupees 12,000 and principal borrowed from second bank, that is 20,000 minus 12,000, which is rupees 8,000. So this is the required answer. Is it clear? Understood? Any doubts until here? Okay, good. Now that was the simple interest concept. So we have completed the simple interest concept. Now the next concept under this chapter is the compound interest. Now in compound interest, this is the interest which is calculated on the accumulated sum of the principal. Now in simple interest, we were only calculating the on the principal amount. Directly we will calculate the interest percentage for any number of years that is given. In compound interest, we are going to calculate excuse me, we are going to calculate the interest on the accumulated sum. Accumulated sum means, suppose for one first year, if the principal is 100 and we are calculating 10% interest. So for first year, it will be 10 rupees. Now the balance, this is the principal. Now the amount after first year is 110. Correct? Now for the second year, in simple interest, we were calculating the interest again on principal. But in compound interest, we will be calculating the interest on the amount Now, in the second year, this amount will become principal. I'll repeat that again. Listen carefully. When it is simple interest and say this is first year, we have 100 rupees as the principal. The rate of interest is 10%. So it is 10 rupees, right? So the amount here will be 110 rupees for first year. For second year, we will again calculate 10% on the principal and we will only add 10 rupees. So it will become 120 rupees. This is simple interest. So for first year it is 110, for second year it is 120. Like this, it will have very less interest. Now coming to the compound interest, for first year, if the principal was 100 rupees and the percentage of interest was 10, which means 10 rupees. So the total is 110. Now for the second year, this amount will become the principal. So for second year, we will be calculating 10% on this 110. So 10% on 110 will be 11 rupees and now they will have to pay 121. Now here it might be just 1 rupee difference, but then when you are taking or considering a bigger amount, the difference will be more from simple interest to compound interest. Is it clear? Did you understand? So in compound interest, it is not the direct principal, but it will be accumulated sum. This is the accumulated sum. Accumulate is adding together. So accumulated sum of the principal will be taken here from the previous value. So this is known as compound interest. Is it clear? Yes or no? Okay. Now, interest is said to have been compounded if the interest due at the end of a unit payment period is added to the principal and interest on next payment period is compounded on the new principal. So here if you see 100 plus interest, now we are calculating the interest on 110 rupees for the next year. Now for the third year, we will calculate the interest on 121. This is something like your WDV method of depreciation. Whatever is left out, from that you will calculate the depreciation, right? Now here we are adding the interest. On that interest amount, you will calculate the next year's interest. On that total amount, you will calculate next year interest. On this total amount, next year interest will be calculated. So we are compounding. We are just adding, going on adding and multiplying the amount and the interest rate. So that is compound interest. Now there is a formula to calculate the compound interest. Instead of doing this big long process of doing the table, okay, which may be used in certain point of time, but we have a direct formula. Let us see what is that formula. So compound interest is equal to principal into 1 minus r divided by 100 to the power t. So you will have to the power t, that is the time, minus principal. First, you will use the principal to calculate the amount of the interest, and later you should subtract the principal so that you will get only the interest amount.
We don't want principal plus interest here. We only want to know the interest amount, which is compounded. Excuse me. So that is the compound interest formula. There is one more formula to find out the amount. This is for the compound interest. Like how we had simple interest formula, this is compound interest formula. Now, when it comes to the amount formula, so if we take out that principal, whatever we calculate here, P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power T, this will be the total amount that has to be paid after n number of years. Suppose if you take 100 rupees loan now and they are calculating 10% compound interest. Okay, so after let's say 10 years, your amount will be calculated using this formula. Okay, so that will be the amount at the end of that particular year. Is it clear? This is the compound interest basic things that we are supposed to understand. Is it clear to everyone? Any doubts until here? Okay, good. So problems, we shall solve it in tomorrow's class.